Hello, welcome inside the Vancouver CHEK studios.
Hello.
Glad to have you here.
Yes.
It is, we're feeling it. It's episode
hot.
40, girl.
Yeah, it's hot in the studio.
It's hot in the studio.
It's hot in the entire province, and it's going to be a hot, hot summer. So
Yeah.
watch out for that. We are going to see temperatures higher than normal. So rush out and get your fan or your air conditioner or your plan, because we don't want to see another heat dome kind of a situation.
Look out for one another. It's crazy that it is the new normal. We're going to talk more about that in a second. But first, we got to talk about our viewing party, because you guys are making us feel so good.
Bam, bam, bam.
It's
the
the
photos
best.
are coming in. Let's have a look at some of them. Karen in Burnaby.
Hello, Karen.
She's got the cheesies out.
Hawkins.
Cameron celebrating Pride.
Yeah, I loved Hawkins Cheesies there. Cameron celebrating Pride. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Cameron. We got Cindy in Colwood.
Yep, and Cindy, thank you so much for watching the show and sending in the photo. Love that sort of foreground and the beautiful
I dig
view.
it. I've lived that
and
life
also,
with
Laura
the play sets.
in Saanich.
Yeah.
Saanich.
Saanich.
Right. So thank you all for watching. And if you want to send in the photos, we want to give you a shout out because we love our viewers. There's the contact information. We'll show a few more photos throughout the show.
Yeah, we're going to pepper them throughout the show. And coming up on Steel and Vance, we have a lot to get to, and we're going to start with the federal politics piece, because boy, oh boy, are you an orphan, Linda?
I am, but you know, it's been another hot, crazy week in Ottawa with infighting and people complaining about David Johnston and the Chinese interference, and why is there not a public inquiry? And at the end of the day, everybody, we had Polyev filibustering.
Oh man, he was talking about the carpet. He was like, how do I keep talking to not pass this budget?
And if you're like me and like maybe like Jody too, you're starting to get frustrated. Like, could you just work together instead of stabbing each other in the back all the time? We're going to talk to someone who follows this closely, David
love this man.
Moskrop.
David Moskrop is a political columnist. He wrote the book, Too Dumb for Democracy.
Yeah.
He'll join us in studio and break things down. I've got so many questions for him.
Another thing we're going to talk about is the situation around safe supplies. Some people say there's not enough. And we had some big political leaders come out and say, you know what, maybe we should be having the province getting involved in producing safe meth and heroin and fentanyl. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want us to go down that road just yet.
It's
or
really
ever.
a really interesting piece written by Rob Shaw, our colleague at CHEK News. He is going to join us. Rob's going to be here to talk it through. And it's a bit shocking what we heard in this briefing. People trying to save lives. There's no question that the goal here is to save lives from the tainted drug supply. But how are we actually going at it, and what may or may not work? And then we're going to talk one of my favorite things. I love thrifting. You know this about me? Well, now you do.
Yeah.
I didn't used to, but my boys brought me around. But look at this.
So this is in the Daily Hive. Value Village got called out because someone was saying the stuff that they're selling and the prices they're selling it at are not really at such a great deal. So we're going to talk about some of our experiences and some things to maybe beware of.
We're going to get to that as soon as we get to
Hot headlines. If you have a mortgage, you are not enjoying the news at the Bank of Canada. Pushed up the rate again to, it was 25 basis points to, what was it, 4.75? Yeah. So
oh, man.
If you've got a mortgage coming due or you're on a variable, I don't know how you're going to buy groceries.
There are people.
It's a really tough time.
Right. A couple of basis points, full points ago, people were already scrambling saying, I can't afford my mortgage. I paid my maximum when money was free. And now it's continuing up. And the big one here, Linda, I think, is that the expectation was that we're going to hit pause. Like right up until the moment of the announcement this week, the feeling was, we're going to just pause for a second, let everybody catch their breath.
And now they're talking about maybe another one coming again in July. But we also have to talk about some other bad news, but we're all living it, and it has to do with the wildfire season and the predictions that this is going to be a very bad year.
Again.
We already have wildfires sort of closing highways on the island.
Yeah.
Over by Harrison Hot Springs, I think.
Yeah.
There's a big fire coming in there. And you know what? Today, there is a campfire ban in much of the province. If you're going camping this weekend or this summer, make sure you find out ahead of time whether you can actually have a fire.
I think you just don't. I think you just don't. It's tinder dry, and so many of the 414 major fire events that are happening right now across the country are human caused,
Right.
either by accident. It's not like people are running around trying to make this happen, but if we can all just err on the side of caution, and if you're going into the backcountry, just don't.
Because check
Fire.
out the air. We've already got a Metro
gosh.
Vancouver air advisory, and because things are not good now, and they're probably not be good going forward. And you mentioned all the fires that are burning right now. I think it is a record number of fires.
414, yeah.
Something like 5 million Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of land has burned. So we have a bunch of firefighters coming from around the world to help us out, and some landed at the Edmonton International Airport
This
from
is
South
cool.
Africa.
Yeah.
God bless them. There's a whole bunch coming in from the States as well.
Right. This was almost in our happy endings, but it is a headline. And yes, Joe Biden actually spoke with Prime Minister Trudeau. President Joe Biden spoke with Prime Minister Trudeau today to discuss how the U.S. can help with what's happening in Eastern Canada, because the smoke that is hitting New York City.
Check
oh
out
my
this time lapse.
goodness. Look
I mean,
at
this is a legit time lapse from yesterday. And this was in the middle of the day. Check this out, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what it looked like in downtown Manhattan. Crazy.
It looks like Kamloops from 2 summers ago, where people in Kamloops had it like this for a month.
And that's why there was a
normal.
headline like this today. Check this out. Blame Canada. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're all living on the same planet. Climate change is real. The air quality issues and the particulates in the air is not healthy for any of us. So whether you are a climate denier or not, we're all going to be paying for this through a health problem or through...
Right, and here's the difference for those who don't want to wear a mask because they're like, you and your masks and whatever. People who are wearing masks, once again, to protect themselves from the particulate matter that comes with this wildfire smoke. You can not wear a mask and it doesn't hurt anybody but you.
Right.
So feel free to not wear a mask. But if you'd like to wear a mask, wear it and be proud to do so if you are at risk health-wise.
Right.
And when you're going into places that look like New York City, there are Kamloops, you have to be cautious because it doesn't hurt at the time.
Right.
And we're going to talk more about this obviously in the weeks to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of other BC headlines. We talked about the housing naughty list and how the BC government is trying to force municipalities to get building. They've now released the full list, and pretty much all the municipalities are on
all
it.
y'all.
But also an approval rating out from Angus Reid with the premiers. There's our premier, David Eby, middle of the pack, down a little bit since the last time they did it, dropped from 48 to 45, tied with Danielle Smith. Oh my. But not bad. He's got room to go up. We don't want him going down.
No.
What did you think about the Paul Bernardo transfer to medium security?
I am so shocked and appalled that this individual is...
He's a monster.
He's a monster, and he's going to be transferred to a lower level prison. This man should be incarcerated in a supermax for the rest of his life after what he did.
3 young women.
3.
Sexually assaulted, murdered. One of them was his sister-in-law, right?
Brutal.
So it's
Just
sickening.
brutal.
Did you
The
know
backlash
he's been
was
in jail for 29 years already?
Yeah, that's how old we are.
29 years.
That's how old we are.
Wow.
I remember when that was all happening, but I'm so pleased of the public outcry on this. It speaks to how frustrated Canadians, and really people across the world, but Canadians are frustrated with our system being super lax on the perpetrator.
Yeah.
This is an example of that. It's like, no, you don't get to.
Let's wrap up this segment with some good news, which is if you're like me and you're sending someone a text and you want to swear and it turns it into
Are you talking
ducking.
about ducks?
Yeah, well, guess what? Hurrah! Apple is finally changing their stupid autocorrect so you can say what you want to say. It's not ducking. It's
duck
yeah.
Duck
and I can hardly wait for that to happen.
That's happening. What else is happening?
Well, still ahead, you can buy cannabis in a store. So why not meth and fentanyl and cocaine? Would swamping BC with Safe Supply put the black market out of business? We're talking about that.